Oh boy. Hey, what's up, guys? What's happening? Yes, sir. We're building quite a few PCs right now. Yeet! Yo, yo, what's up? What's up, Poppy? Daughter wants to show me that she has a mini. Applaud. Hey Adam, thanks for the like, man. I appreciate you over there on Facebook. But today we're building a PC for Lance. Tomorrow we're actually going to have a pretty big stream. We're going to have we're hosting Judge Drudge here while we're building his PC, which behind me are lots of pieces of his PC sitting this thread over here. So we got quite a few customizations for his build. It's going to be a really awesome build tomorrow. If you want to tune in, we're going live around 3 o'clock, 3:30, somewhere between there, depending on if I have everything ready. Just kidding. I'll have it ready. But overall, we've got a nice white build theme going here. And this one's for Lance. Lance was waiting for me to start. I wanted to start earlier today. Originally, we wanted to try for 5 o'clock, but right now we're a little bit behind. Had a couple of people stop in to pick up some heat. It kind of threw me off schedule a little bit. Next to you, right next to Tuesday, but watching a stream. Oh yes, my daughter is sitting over here watching us as well, over on Facebook. So we got the build to do. We go through and go through the parts list real quick. At our parts list right now, we're building with a Ryzen 5 5600. We're putting this on a B550, which is a micro ATX motherboard, but it's Pro VC Wi-Fi by MSI. So it's part of the Pro series. Nice budget board. Has a lot of features on it. Provides Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. Yo, yo, Mern, what's up? Mern just subscribed. Thank you, sir, for that tier 1. Appreciate you, sir. But the B550 motherboard with the Ryzen 5 5600, and then a white power air cooler with an addressable RGB 120mm PWM fan with 4 heat pipes on this cooler. So it's good enough. It'll definitely keep the CPU nice and cool, and with the extra fans that we have in the case, which we'll touch on the case here in a little bit, it's definitely going to run well. So today we're also going to be building with the white GeForce Delta addressable RGB RAM. This is 16 gigabytes at 3600 megahertz DDR4, and that is overall a 2 gigs, 16 gig set. And that's by GeForce, or Team Group GeForce Delta. Then we got a 1 terabyte M.2 SSD. So this is going to be plenty of storage to start out with. And we have a 750 watt bronze power supply. This is semi-modular. We know benefits of the semi-modular in my opinion, but it is semi-modular. It's 80 plus bronze. It's enough power to handle a couple of upgrades in the future. And then our graphics card, we're going to be running an XFX 6600. I believe we went with the XT. Yep, XT is 128 bits at 8 gigabytes GDDR6. So it's enough to push 100 plus FPS in most games, and also dabble in 1440p if we want to. So The budget for this build was right around $1,000. We got it there with everything that we wanted. Specifically, we wanted to try to stay in a white theme. We do have also on top of the white case, which is the Montech Air 100, which includes 4 fans, and we also threw in the white cables here. Give it a nice clean look. But my dog wants me to let him outside, so just give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay, dog is outside now. So we are off to the races with the build. Here we go. This build is actually going to probably go for about an hour. So we're probably going to only have an hour on this build. But we'll go ahead and start with the motherboard, CPU, the RAM, the SSD, cooler. It's going to be pretty quick. This is our B550 Pro Series. Ooh, those look clean. Yes, sir. They're clean. This is our B550. This is the Pro Series. This is the VC. So a lot of different exercise slots. These slots, in my opinion, are not full 16. They're, I think, 1X slots down here. They got the full rail. I don't know why they did that. But if you look closely, the pins aren't even in there. Just for awareness, these are not full 16 slots. So you're not getting full 16 slots with this board if you ever look at it and buy it for that feature. That is not a full feature. All right. That. So let's get this CPU installed, and we will. Sorry about my reach for the camera. I just left my tool. They're still over this way. This is the stock cooler that comes with the CPU, because we don't really need it. In fact, we have a much better cooler, so I have a box of those if anybody ever needs one. Gotcha. So I'm just gonna hold first. Here we go. Dropping the in there. Doggo is ready to come back in. Alright, so we got our CPU installed. That's our Ryzen 5 5600. Not sure if the light's going to let it. There you go. Get our RAM installed, our SSD, and our cooler next. A beautiful white stick. If you're looking for sticks that are white, I highly recommend them by T-Force. They are clean. Very clean. These are the T-Force Delta. They also have them in DDR5 as well, but really hard to get. peeling that off the thermal pad there. And a nice clean pad right across the top of the. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. We got our SSD, our RAM, and our CPU installed. That's all good to go. Now we'll move on to the cooler. The cooler, we're going to have to take the stock brackets off, but we are going to use the metal bracket on the back of the motherboard that does come with the motherboard. That. So if you are buying this cooler and you are missing that bracket, you're in trouble. Especially if people buy used motherboards right now. A lot of used parts around like crazy. So used parts, you don't have that bracket, you'll have to get one. Place you could probably find one is on eBay for like $8. I also have a few here on hand as well. Let's go ahead and pull these brackets, plastic stock brackets. Hey, Scotty, what's up, man? I'm here just dashing. You're dashing while watching a build stream. I think you've done that a few times now. Hey, Mern, I sent that link for you. I hope you got that. Told you I'd do it before I started the stream, and I did it. Finally did something for you in the right order. Get our Grizzly thermal paste on here, and we'll slap this on. I actually probably should have waited on the thermal paste, but not the end of the world. I still have to put these little bracket pieces on there. There's a high probability that I'm gonna smash it. We've got about, like I was saying, this build's going to be about an hour long, so we're about 15 minutes in, so we're cooking here. Moving along. Out. Ah. So this little bracket's giving me a little fight. Yeah, run for my money. Dashing all the way. Just run around playing that song. That particular verse. While you're dashing. You know, that would be really a cool idea. Dashers. redo that song. Tell you about dashing. Be kind of a cool idea. Ah, yeah, I listen to podcasts. Oh, nice. Podcasts. I listen to a lot of books while I'm driving around doing stuff like that too, especially when I'm making runs to like Micro Center. If I'm not on the phone, then I am listening to audiobooks or podcasts or catching up on tech stuff. That makes sense. 100%. Why not? I hope I feel that thing. For that. All right, there's our cooler. We got our cooler mounted. Now we're just going to mount our fan to our cooler. Then plug the fan in. So we're kind of ready for the case. We're moving pretty quick on this build. This one's not very complicated, actually pretty. This is like a clip or a clamp that clamps onto it. You're excited for Monday? Can't imagine why. Me either, man, me either. Can't imagine why. Alright, so there's only one header on this board. I thought this board had two, but there's only one addressable RGB header up here. Normally there's another one down here, but in this situation or on this board, there is not. There's a RGB, not addressable option, but not the option we want. So we are going to have to split that. Pretty sure the case has the option to do, has that option already, so we'll utilize that when we get to it. But we are ready to grab the case and pull that out of the box and put the motherboard in the box case. Go ahead and get started on. Very nice white case. Has 4 addressable RGB fans already on or included with the case. A nice budget option, especially if you want white and a good quality. So the fans are pretty good quality, which are Montech fans. This is the Montech Air 100 if you're looking it up or interested in ever purchasing a nice budget micro ATX case. This is the one I would recommend. But if you're trying to put more money toward core components of the build and less towards the case, but you still want something that's functional and nice looking, this is the case to go with. Started redoing my whole stream room today, preparing for it. Oh boy. I didn't mean to make you do all that. Yeah, see, this case also includes a RGB hub. So I'm going to take that CPU cooler and run it to this hub. And then this will then hub go to that single RGB port on the motherboard. Voila! Problem solved. And all the RGB sync to the motherboard. Have that wonderful RGB sync to the software, which is going to be MSI Mystic Lite. Alright, so one thing we do have to take care of is we have 2 screws or 2 mounts that we have missing, so we'll need those. That's going to be in the hardware package, which is down here in the hard drive bay. Down by the bay. Put them on, handles grow. What are you doing in the stream room? Going to figure out how to display both PCs. Ooh. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you going through the effort to show off both computers. Tells me that you care. Just kidding. No, that's cool, man. I hope you could fit it in. Or make it fit. Make it work. Yeah, I think what you'd need is longer cables for everything. The stream PC probably easier to fit the image, more so than like the gaming PC, because streaming PC could be off to the side and you can have, you know, longer display cables to your monitors, so that's not that big of a problem. It's the gaming PC, because all of your input, everything is up front, and then you're trying to like put it off to the side or to the background. That's going to be more difficult to achieve. But you can get longer cables or extensions. That's usually what I do for setups like that. When I have local streamers here, have me do a setup like that, they always like to try to showcase the PC. So usually what I end up doing is getting extension cables for the keyboard, the mouse, if they're wired, and then either a headset extension or something, so that all the input is up front for them, but the PC could be further away. So the display cables, power cables for things, they all have more length on them. I usually grab some cables. Amazon has some pretty good options. Pretty much all mobile, and it's quick shipping. So something I would recommend. Trying to like haggle. That's always an option. All right, we're getting our motherboard installed here. So we'll get this. Got 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 screws. 8 or 9. All my audio's through your Go XLR, which is great. Yeah, that makes it even easier. That's like a little hub. And then you can bounce that right back to the PC. Yeah. Kind of cool. Kind of cool. Uh, it will be a project, but I laid out the blueprint today. Nice. So you're like me, I like to draw things out on paper before I go and do. That my vision is captured, I guess. That's cool. Always cool, man. Well, I am a solutions engineer, so if there's a problem, really good at fixing it, or figuring out a solution anyway. If it's not a known solution, I'm really good at creating solutions. Solution A. Throw it all away. Just kidding. JK. Alright, so I'm gonna pull some of these cables through real quick here. Or those cables from the cooler. Get that back here. Then, nice. Then we're gonna take some of these other cables here from the case, which is all part of the fans and whatnot, and get it plugged into motherboard. On you. Don't be naggly. Need to figure that out. That is. Cables are a little tangled, so let me just untangle them. Don't like tangled cables. Not a fan of them. These are front panel, power button, power LED, that option. These all go bottom, front, right corner of the board. Then this bad boy has the RGB connection that we want to get sent over to the top, up to the top of the board. So up there, get plugged in, right next to the RAM. And this one, we're gonna run down and around like this. Good finagle this one over. So, plug this one in. Way it fits better. There. Then the next things we got to deal with is our front panel USB 2.0, front panel HD audio, our USB 3, which I don't remember exactly where it is on this board. Definitely at the bottom. We're gonna go there. There we are. Then we're gonna flip it over and plug it all in. Got addressable RGB. Peel this little sticker off of it though. Hide this side of the case, because it's gonna look ugly. Ugly stickers. Alright. Then we're going to deal with our front panel connection. Our JFP one is all there. Blades on the front. This board is just probably the weirdest board I've ever built with in a while. Price was right. Just weird layouts. It's like the second version of the 550M Pro. An option that they put together. 550 around a little longer. I think is what happened. Now we're just doing the addressable front panel LEDs and the power button. That's on JFP1. Look up in your motherboard manual for the layout if you need it. Also should be listed on the motherboard, but I don't know that this board has it or not. Printed in. we go. HD audio now, and our USB 3 done. So last one is our HD audio, and then we got left the graphics card in here. We're doing power cable. I'm play high LOL, or I'm play HL LOL. Yeah, I never tackle something without figuring out a plan first. And then, Scotty, I have no idea what the hell you just said. I don't know what HL is. Is that Halo? HL? I'm back, was picking up an order. Nice. Nice. Playing. You're playing. Gotcha. What is HL? Is that Halo? Or Harry Potter? Hogwarts Legacy, thank you. I knew it was one of the two. Should have known. Harry Potter being one of the more popular options right now. Titles. Should have known. No, Harry Potter, that game looks actually pretty badass. I've looked at it and I was like, man, if I had the time to play it, I totally would. One day. One day, probably 15 years from now, I will play Hogwarts Legacy. So, let's get the card in here. Hogwarts Legacy. A lot of people have been playing that. Judge has been playing it. Ern, I think you played it. Scotty, you're playing it? Everybody's playing it. Seems like a good game. At least the feedback that I've heard. There's like a couple of small things, but outside of that, it seems like a solid game. So this is a Radeon, or AMD Radeon RX 6600 XT. Got 8 gigabytes of GDDR6, enough to get you plenty of frames in 1080p. You can also dabble in 1440p with the card, and for the price, you cannot beat it. Cannot beat it. Plus you go with Intel Arc, and honestly, I still tell people to hold off on Intel Arc. Unless they just want to be a fanboy and support it, because the more video card vendors there are, manufacturers, the more competition means the lesser the price. So the more aggressive they have to be, at least making it less. So as Intel hopefully sticks around, it'll eventually force NVIDIA and AMD to hopefully bring their prices down as they grow, as Intel grows. That's the whole idea, or the benefits, hopefully. Very hopeful that Intel is successful with the Arc, though I have not purchased one of them yet. Looked at reviews and was like, yeah, I'm gonna wait, but I should be supporting them. I just can't recommend it yet. It is getting better. The software has probably been the biggest problem. Not the hardware, it's the software. And as they are releasing new updates, it's been getting significantly better. Like, huge leaps each time there's an update. So they're learning, and they are getting it right. They actually used to be in the graphics card game a long time ago. They exited the guild. Or they went back to lobby. And they sat there for a while. And finally, last year, they started joining up again. Alright. We're just dealing with a couple of cable combs here. And we'll get this slapped in pretty quick. But we're at the tail end here. 38 minutes on the stream so far. Pretty quick. Quick. Nice and pretty. Let's... God dang it. Rubber out. I managed to push this rubber gremlin out. Jiggle with it a few seconds and go. Nice and clean, white cable, white build. Oh, nice. All right, and then we have white 4-pin or 8-pin for the PCIe cable, power cable. Bit of flare. These cables always. So they're so inexpensive. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to dip out on these. Try to put them in every build unless we are literally scraping pennies on more focused on performance rather than looks. But I try to always get these every build. I know the build stream that we did Thursday, we didn't do those, but that was literally we scraped the barrel as tight as we could to get the performance that we wanted for them over the aesthetics. We still kept it clean. Go. And then the last thing we have is a EPS cable, which is your 4-pin or 8-pin CPU. That's up in the top right, top left corner. There. This one I'm going to put the cable combs on first, and then get it plugged in. That's what she said. Sorry, the girls are over here. Well, girls' night. That's why you hear crying in the background every now and then. Okay. But I'm also eavesdropping on them. Can't help myself. Not very good at eavesdropping either. Alright, here we go. Got all of our cables on this side plugged in. Looking clean. Now that that's completed, we can move on to the power supply. And we just got to do a little bit of cable management on this side. And we fire it up. Told you. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Don't need that. Ooh. I think we're zoomed in on this top-down camera because normally you can see what I'm doing right here. Oops. I mean, you can see on the side, so I'll leave it. Leave it for now. Well, we do have to switch to the side anyway, so here you go. Twist ties, baby. Looking good, man. Can't wait to see it fired up. Yeah, no problem, Lance. Got you. Yeah, we're moving along here pretty quick. Got to get through these mountains of twist ties. And then we'll get it plugged in here and fired up. Do a little bit of cable management too. Sometimes it's better to get the power supply mounted in smaller cases. Cables on the bottom of the case, because right. But then sometimes it's better to do the cables first because then you have room to shove the cables through the holes. Like in this situation, I would not be able to shove those cables in the holes after I mounted the power supply. So keep that in mind whenever you're building micro ATX. It may be a little tighter than you anticipated. I'll leave that one for you, Scotty. Ollie. Is that you? Four screws on the back is all it takes. Power supply in place. Touch. Okay. Lay it down. Obviously, we want to try to make this as... Move this bad boy over. fans. Looking much cleaner looking. So, I'm always a fan of cable, especially when you can make it happen. Got this power cable, this, and this. First thing I'm going to do here, and then we got to figure. Almost forgot about that. Got a system fan there. Fan all the way down there. I think that's going to be our closest option there. Don't like how it does that. Want it as close as I can get it to the motherboard, to the port. It's going to be a black cable that's going to stick out like a sore thumb. Yep. Flip that back around, then we got to clean this up a little bit. Put this through here, even though we just undid that. What happens when you forget shit? When did I first learn to build PCs? Alright, there's a little bit of... Hold on, I'll come back to that question, Lance. Did you say something something to me, Matt? Yeah, I said something to you a while ago. I set you up with a perfect, like, setup. You know, like, hey, I set you this joke. Sorry, I have a full house full of kids, can't really hear anything. Oh, no worries, man. When did I first learn about or learn how to build PCs? Well, the real answer is back when I was like 9 years old. I was actually building PCs. 9. So, been doing it for some time now. My uncle is who got me into it. A computer enthusiast back when computers were definitely not where they are today. And so computers were a little bit more difficult to learn and figure out and manage, and it was probably more intimidating for younger people to get into it because of all the work involved learning this stuff. It wasn't as easy. But my uncle helped me out a lot, got me really interested in it. Since then, it's just kicked off as a career. So, fell in love with it. I wanted to do more mechanics younger. I didn't end up doing that. I actually did for a little bit, but screw that, because Michigan winters suck. If you're a mechanic during a Michigan winter, suffer. Feel bad for all those winter mechanics out here. Or anywhere for that matter, but typically Michigan winters, being a mechanic and trying to be a mechanic sucks. What's up, Scotty? Says Mern. I think he's making fun of you. An FYI. I know you're probably not reading because you're driving, but I think Scotty is straight up just trying to make fun of you. In any way possible. Oh, LOL, sorry. Yeah, I set you up, Scotty. I set you up. I was like, here's a set. Now Scotty's gonna love it. He knows exactly what to do with it. Nothing. Crickets. I'm sorry, what'd you say? My sister just said that would have probably made pass off. Alright, so there, we got our cables kind of straightened out here. About as clean as it's going to get. I mean, honestly, it's what it is at this point. But pretty clean. Cables make sense. They're kind of in the directions that need to go. PCIe, this one here. And over with. Shove this in here. Shove it in there. And last but not least, we have our EPS and our SATA connection for our hub. CPU. Zip tie this down a little bit. Look all fancy. I failed you, Ben. You have failed me for the last time. If I was actually Darth Vader, I'd be at chokehold. Of course. Although I think you'd like that. I don't know. What's up? So, almost there, boys. Almost there. Another Star Wars reference. Trilogy. Almost there. Anybody know that one? And if we're all nerds in here, I'm sure we do. That made you laugh, Johnny. Chokehold reference. Alright, so the last thing we got to do is plug this little SATA connection in. You know, for some reason I didn't even realize we weren't top down again. Y'all gotta just say, hey Ben, I can't see what the hell you're doing. But this looks a lot better. Now you can see what I'm doing. Can't always be responsible over here. Here we go. Data connection. This powers this RGB hub. So we're just gonna shove this bad boy down in here. These things like to sneak out after hours. No. Now that I'm a dad, I have to worry about that kind of crap. My kids are pretty good so far. What I did there, I said so far. Left it open. And then we're just going to take the bundle of extra power cables from the power supply and neatly zip tie them up the best we can. And we're going to tuck them in there. They can be used for future upgrades and not lost in a box somewhere. Oh, looks like that's the problem with micro ATX cases, is not a whole lot of space downstairs in the basement. So when you are trying to keep all the cables in there, kind of looks like a huge bundled mess, but there's honestly not much you could do there. You'd really take the time and maybe zip tie each cable down and look really nice, but in the future, if you're just going to upgrade anyway, it doesn't make sense. Go to upgrade. So at least this way you can just pull it out, nothing's going to torn apart. Alright, let's put that back panel back on. Let's fire this bad boy up. Usually with white cases, I like to put the panel on so that it gives the proper background. I have nothing but black. Come back here. All right, Lance, I hope you're around. Look around and see what we can see. There we go. Nice and clean. What do you think? Still here, my man. Cool. Well, we're getting ready to fire this bad boy up. You want it top? I think top down gives you kind of a pretty good perspective, and then we can switch to the side view first. We'll start with top down. Yeah? Yeah? Jawohl. Das sprechen Sie Deutsch. I'm actually more Italian than I am German, but I believe I'm more Scottish. Well, I didn't know it was this much work to plug a PC in. Well, you know how USB connections are. Every time you plug a USB connection in, I finagle it. All right, here we go. Y'all ready for this? Hopefully I built it right, right? Y'all ready? Ready for me to push this power button? Where is the power button? There you go. It's beautiful. I think it looks pretty badass. I think we definitely hit the white. Best we could. The only difference we could have done is there are white Radeon RX 6600 XTs that I was really trying to get for you. Like, I was hunting for that card. The problem is they were all out of stock, and the ones that were in stock were like $150 more. And at that point, we could have gone up to 6,700 if I went with that one, but it would have taken us out of budget. So, I love white. Well, we got as much white as we could. The only thing is that's not white is the motherboard and the graphics card, and technically the power supply, but that's on the back side. You really can't see that anyway. We at least got the cables white. So, nice and white. You can see from this camera here, the front view of it, it is laying down, but I can show you kind of the front here. pretty badass looking. Nice job, Ben. That was a quick build. Yeah, I told you guys, an hour. I'm at an hour and 3 minutes. I even effed around a little bit. Well done. Can't wait to game on it. Yes, sir. So, last piece, just like everybody knows, I got to do the software side. So, Windows installation and battle tested phase. Drivers, BIOS update, a little bit of configuration here and there to make sure we're getting the best performance we can. Stock out of the box, minus the configuration changes that I'm making. But for the most part, it's practically ready to go. Outside of doing all that. So I'm thinking Tuesday should be on its way out. Unless I pair it up and throw it in with Mern's order. So, which, because they're picking up Monday, as it is, I got a few going out Monday. So, yeah, looks good, man. So just be on the lookout for an email with the tracking information for UPS, and that's how you can track the package once it leaves here. It will require adult signature when it arrives, so make sure you're around for the tracking, or have somebody around that is an adult that can sign. Adult equals, I think, 21 and up or 18 and up. Not sure on UPS's rules, but if you need me to, if you're not going to be there, just let me know, and I can revert the package to the closest UPS store location. They will hold it there for you until you come pick it up. So I just can't have a package show up without it being signed for now, because of the day and age we live in. I've had problems with that in the past. So looks good. Thanks again, or sounds good. I'll look out for the mail, email. Pleasure doing business with you. Yes, sir, man. Thanks for the opportunity to do the build. And I hope you enjoyed the stream and the experience so far. And if you know anybody else that wants to build, you know where to send them. But that's going to conclude our stream today. We have a pretty big stream tomorrow. Judge Drudge is going to be here tomorrow. He's physically showing up, so it's going to be cool to host him and meet him. I have actually never met him in person. So it'll be kind of cool to meet him. And then we got his massive build that's kind of scattered across this room right now. Hopefully I can find all the parts. Just kidding. They're all right here, minus the case that's just everywhere. I had to paint it. But yeah, we've got an awesome build tomorrow. So really looking forward to that build. And we are streaming it, going live around, I'd say around 3:30 p.m. Eastern time is when I'm going to try to go live. We might play around with the cameras when he shows up to kind of, because I've never done a stream with two people in the frame before, so it's I'm going to use his expertise hopefully to set it up and make it work. Kind of cool though, to have the customer here while we're building. Never done that before, so new experience. You guys could come in here and make fun of Judge all you want, or me, or make fun of both of us. I don't know. But anyway, thanks again, guys, for joining, hanging out. You know what to do. Like and share. GG's. Have a good night, guys.